got you covered when you need me. Tuck your head under the covers, you know you got someone who'll never leave you behind. Even when you cry yourself awake, if you're in my arms, you know you're safe. Just tuck your head under the covers. Tuck your head under the covers. It breaks my heart that I'm broken. I know you're trying to help me out. Can we just sit here in the silence? Cause I don't really wanna talk about all the boys that I've needed to hide. Changing my voice and my clothes, yeah. I compromised every time I knew she knew that it was always a lie. And I don't wanna lie. Just tuck your head under the covers, you know I got you covered when you need me. Tuck your head under the covers, you know you got someone who'll never leave you behind. Even when you cry yourself awake, if you're in my arms, you know you're safe. Just tuck your head under the covers. Tuck your head under the covers. You don't need to tell me that you're fine. Pretend to be somebody else, yeah. You don't need to tell me that you're fine tonight. Just tuck your head under the covers, you know I got you covered when you need me. Tuck your head under the covers, you know you got someone who'll never leave you behind. Even when you cry yourself awake, if you're in my arms, you know you're safe. Just tuck your head under the covers. Tuck your head under the covers. I guess that I'm a needy dude. Gotta stay close to you at the Whole Foods. And at the club, use you like a crutch, holding your hand while we dance, dance, revolution. I wanna be your one and only. I wanna hold you whenever you're lonely. Even when we're having a threesome in my beat-up Toyota Nissan Star Trek, I think I'm a Klingon, clinging on to you. Clinging on tight. Wrap you with my skinny boy legs all night. I'm a little bug, sucking love parasite. Clinging on tight, tight, tight. Even when you eat my Fritos, bugging me like a mosquito, I'ma still call you my Chico, crying down the aisle in my Target tuxedo. I wanna be your one and only. I wanna hold you whenever you're lonely. Even when we're having a threesome in my beat-up Toyota Nissan Star Trek, I think I'm a Klingon, clinging on to you. One and only. I wanna hold you whenever you're lonely. Even when we're having a threesome in my beat-up Toyota Nissan Star Trek, I think I'm a Klingon, clinging on to you. Yeah. Clinging on tight. Rock you with my skinny boy legs all night. I'm a little bug, sucking love parasite. Clinging on tight. Clinging on tight. Rock you with my skinny boy legs all night. I'm a little bug, sucking love parasite. Clinging on tight. Clinging on tight. Rock you with my skinny boy legs all night. I'm a little bug, sucking love parasite. Clinging on tight. Mami, quiéreme que trece, ella se lo merece, mira cómo se crece. Ella vino caminando desde su casa. Ella no toma taxi, que la vean en las calles. Ella no toma taxi, ni Uber, ni Lyft, que la vean. Mami, quiéreme que trece, mira cómo ella se crece. ¿Y sabe qué? Tiene la personalidad, le da, igualita. Mira su pasito, le da, igual. Le da igualita, mira su pasito, que le da igualita.
I would always start the stream with a full turbo, if that were the case.
For all of you who were not the three of us, we want the Mario Kart sound for our next stream.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
And then I want the after that.
I'm trying to. What song is that?
I don't know.
I know. Anyways, hello, welcome everybody, all the new faces or returning people. This is LiSTENiN, a music podcast starring myself, Alexis.
And also me, Jesse.
I think I'm a supporting actor. Okay.
It's an
Awesome.
ensemble cast. Okay?
Yes.
Unnamed in the credits.
We're all extras.
Yes. And this is a show where three people come together to share three songs. And
Random people. Any three people.
Yep, just us three. Us three random people, specifically, with three randomly selected songs, possibly. And zero responsibility for how the show turns out. Usually we like to try to share music that we feel could possibly introduce you to someone new that you haven't heard before, maybe a new favorite artist, a new favorite song, and that is our humble goal with the show. We do it every once in a while.
We try for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I
There
make
were
that.
illness and vacation plans.
Yeah, I made that final note because it's been a little while since we done this, so it's a little bit of a return for us.
A comeback.
Coming to get our belt back. Let's go.
Yeah, our world championship belt.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get started, though, I do need Jesse to unpack something for me. I need to understand what is this Homer Blastoise situation we have going on.
Thank you. It's been bothering me.
You're acknowledging my silly card. That never happens. Normally, you just ignore
It's
it.
normally not quite so disturbing, to be honest.
Yeah, because usually I can kind of like understand like what is trying to be conveyed here, but I'm lost on this one.
I saw a meme recently that had Homer as Charizard eating a bunch of rare candies and then getting full, and like telling Marge that she doesn't have enough gym badges to tame him. And then I tried to find that to put here, and instead I got this, and I'm like, let's go with that.
All right, I do like that funny little Pokemon video game joke. I think that one works really, really well. I'm still kind of lost on Blastoise Homer, but
because why not?
Because why not? Yeah. But
the name doesn't even combine very well.
Yeah. At least
Blastoimer.
Homestoise.
Homestoise.
Homestoise wins. Should we jump right into music today?
All right, let's do it. Okay, here's the thingy. Welcome back to LiSTENiN, the popcast featuring Alexis, Jesse, and Kate, where we bring you music that you might not have heard before. And the one that I'm going to bring you today, if it'll work, it's not working. So, anyways, is by Joy Crookes. My intro today is going to be a little different because I tried to ask ChatGPT to help me out with it, and it came out hilariously wrong, as in not what I asked it to do, and it entertains me, so we're going to read it. I put in a mixture of my own words and some stuff that I copy pasted from like interviews and Wikipedia, and asked it to rephrase it. And at first, it went in the efforts to not use the same words. It made it overly formal and used all these weird archaic word choices. And I was like, let's not do that. And I was like, can you keep it the same register of formality? And it went the entire opposite direction and super casual. And I think it's great. So here we go. Joy Elizabeth Akhter Crookes, or as you might know her, Joy Crookes, is this awesome Bangladeshi British singer-songwriter rocking it out from South London. Check this out. She dropped 3 extended plays since 2017, and then boom, she's up for the Rising Star Award from the 2020 Brit Awards. But wait, there's more. Her first album, Skin, lands in October 2021, and it's like fireworks. Critics are loving it, and it storms into the UK top 5 charts. Joy Crookes popped into the world in '98, with her mom repping Dhaka, Bangladesh, and her dad, Dublin, Ireland. She got all keen on singing after checking out some jazz and blues vibes at a workshop, and guess what? By the time she hit 13, she's already blasting out covers of Laura Marling and reggae tracks on YouTube. While still
That
a
makes
teen...
the Blastoise make sense.
Okay. Anyways, while still a teen, she went all solo learner mode on the guitar, piano, and bass. And bass. Rock on, right? Then in April 2013, she throws her spin on Ray Charles's Hit the Road Jack up on YouTube when she's just 14. And you won't believe it, that video snags more than 600,000 views, catching the eye of her current manager, who drops in a few months later. All right, let me spill the beans about my vibe on this track, and trust me, once I drop the title, it's gonna click. Picture this, I'm on this mega exhausting flight from Hawaii to Charleston, South Carolina, and man, I'm so wiped out that I'm catching a few Z's at one of those lame airport rest spots during my layover. You know, 0 beds, just pure discomfort. I'm practically drowning in misery. But guess what? This song comes to the rescue, keeping me pumped and in high spirits like a lifeline during the whole ordeal. Anyway, here we go. Dropping it hot. This is Feet Don't Fail Me Now by Joy Crookes. Let's go.
I've been posing with red skies, retweeting picket signs, put my name on petitions, but I won't change my mind. I'm keeping up appearances, the dark side of my privilege. Thank God I got my vice, the dopamine.
So, did that song fail you or not?
It blasted off into the charts, I think, or something like that.
I'm never gonna have a boring time in layover, ever again.
One of those lame rest stops where there aren't even beds.
Those are really uncomfortable,
No.
by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The song.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the intro, actually. The intro sounded exactly like the Spotify AI DJ, if you haven't used it yet.
What
It
is
has that
that?
exact vibe. Yeah.
What?
There's a Spotify AI DJ that like customizes a DJ playlist for each user, and he talks in between sets. Like, yeah.
Okay.
They'd be like, we're going to
Interesting.
kick it off with some songs that you and your peers might have been listening to when you were in middle school.
That's kind of crazy. I honestly, I can't wait till I go to a concert and the pre-show setup, whoever's in control of the speakers, if someone connects their Spotify to that, to have like the DJ kind of, we hear the
That
DJ,
would be so funny.
that would be so much fun.
Anyway.
And back to the song.
As long as the Spotify DJ doesn't use air horns.
Oh, I died.
Oh, no.
I'm
Alexis
gone.
became a cat. Oh,
You're
he's
back.
back. Okay.
Back. Yeah, this song, the mood and the intensity, I feel like there's such an urgency to the person that is going on in the song lyrics. I was trying to follow along. I felt like I was kind of conflicted in terms of like how I was supposed to feel, if I was supposed to feel hopeful or if I was supposed to feel I don't know, doubtful. It was tough, but I think like it really matched kind of like the seriousness of the sound of the song. And yeah, I think just from the very beginning to the very end, I think that's what captured me. It's like it creates a world for you, it pulls you in, and it doesn't let go. And I felt just grounded, not in a stable sense, but I felt grounded within the universe it was creating.
You know, there's definitely a sense of drama, I think. And like I see what you're saying, like the main character is kind of overcoming and having to like struggle a little bit to have her feet not fail her.
Yeah.
But and to me, I think it kind of ties into I thought it had a very Bond song kind of feel to it, like that 60s orchestral psychedelic pop. And so like for it to like kind of match the vibe of a movie soundtrack, I think fits in with that sort of drama aspect of it as well.
I definitely hear drama, but I think instead of like hopefulness, I hear determination. It's not like, oh, I hope my feet don't fail me. It's like, no, I'm gonna do this. Don't like, I've decided that I'm going to do this, and I better not fail. But yeah, I definitely hear the Bond sound, but like way groovier.
Yeah, I agree. It's that bass line. I think that bass line is definitely getting the feet moving, if you will. But yeah, I think that was a really big standout to me immediately. The chorus, especially the chorus, felt very cinematic, but also very Bond. I am wondering if that was an intentional kind of like thing that they were aiming for in terms of like a mood or an ambiance. Does James Bond in particular evoke a certain I don't know, like maybe mentality or something for the main character that she's writing about? I don't know, but it is interesting to think about whether or not the music was intended to be arranged and represented in this way as another element for the character's personality.
I wouldn't know whether we could like directly say that James Bond was an influence, but I think that she definitely did her homework as to the time specific like style of that time. Like if we plopped this song back into the mid 60s, I think it would, you know, fit in just perfectly. Like there's all these things like those orchestral strings and then like mixed in with like the gospel influenced vocal backing. And then there's even some like Motown call and response bits between her and the backing vocals that I thought were like really like spot on for that era. And the instrumentals just in general, the like instrument choices were right on for it as well. Like that particular bass sound is great. Yeah.
But also like modern still. Which is always a good influence to have, I think, when you're trying to call back from certain times. Like you almost don't want to sound exactly like it because then you could just listen to music from that time. I liked the like high modern production style. They didn't try to make it sound like it was from the 60s.
Right.
Yeah, but that bass was like carrying it for me. I was pretty transfixed, honestly, and I didn't hear very much else but the bass in her voice.
And I think she's aware of that, like because at the very end, it just drops out to everything except for the bass in her voice. So
no, it's very much carried the song.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like the song ending that way feels really appropriate because from the very beginning, and this is just going throughout the entire song, or at least in terms of the verses, her singing is mimicking what the bass is doing rhythmically and even melodically as well, and I liked that relationship between what she's singing having a relationship to one of the other instruments, or the instrument having such an impact on the composition that she is utilizing that instrument as a way to empower it even further by giving it a voice. And to me, I feel like maybe some of that might be symbolic to the message of the song of, you know, determination, and I feel like kind of mimicking something almost in a way, kind of like showcases that this is, you know, the way forward, and you know, I'm going to stick to it rather than straying away from it. So both in a compositional sense, I really liked that she made that a big emphasis for the entire song with the verses and the singing and the bass, you know, copying each other and letting that kind of like have a nice resolution at the end, but also possibly like what it's doing in a symbolic way as well.
Definitely hear that.
Yeah, and I think there are also like moments of tension where in like a more micro sense as well. My favorite part of the song is like right after the bridge or the chorus cuts out to just her bass and like backing choral like oohs. And then after that one chorus where they do it that way, it comes back and it's just more than it was before, like with all the instrumentals, and they're just like cranked up a bit. Very dramatic.
Yeah, for a song that had like a fairly, this is not a criticism, but a fairly repetitive chorus that came back a lot. I mean, there was a double chorus before we went into the bridge, I think. Or it was just a two-part chorus and I heard it twice. I don't remember right now. But it definitely still did a good job of having trajectory. And it was nice to have that consistency, especially about a song, especially with what the song is about. It was nice to have that feeling of like trudging forward. I can no longer see the chat because my cat has just laid on my phone. She just like flat out on it.
Hopefully she doesn't type anything.
So y'all, she might. We'll see. If there's typing in the chat for me, it's Nora the cat. Anyway, it was nice to have that like stability in a song about like in a way, kind of hoping that you still have stability.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying to start with before Nora distracted me?
Something about the
Chorus,
choruses?
repetitive trajectory. Yeah, I really appreciated all of those pulling in and pulling out of instruments that they did throughout the song in a way that made it feel different and feel like you were moving forward.
Yeah. My last small detail that I wanted to point out. This is probably something that only I probably heard, maybe. But I do love her voice. The tone of her voice is really, really beautiful. I like how smoky it is. That's how I would describe it. And in particular, the way that she kind of like opens up in the bridge is really beautiful. It's really light. It's really kind of feathery in a way. And for some reason, I don't know why. I wonder if either of you might have caught this as well, but at the very end of the bridge where she says "Didn't I try?" for some reason, I don't know why, but it sounded almost like the Fugees strumming my pain with his finger. There's I guess like the melodic line kind of like when she says "Didn't I try?" it almost feels like it's doing the same arc as one of the parts of that song, and it was like it just felt strange. And I know it was not intentional, but it did make me think of that.
It also could have been
maybe
intentional.
But yeah, that stood out to me.
That melody right there.
Mm-hmm.
One of you would have to sing it for me, or I can just listen back later.
My memory's bad.
I think if you're likening it to the Fugees, I think they're both kind of influenced by like the vocal stylings of female Motown singers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm just like for this song if I'm thinking that because of the style of it, but like I feel like her voice fits in with that stylistic option or stylistic choice as well. So that makes me think of, just like the Supremes or,
right,
other Motown singers.
Yeah.
It actually leads me to a question. I have never heard anything from this singer before, as far as I'm aware. What is the rest of her music in this kind of style, or does she branch out and do other things?
I don't think like this instrumental choice is really typical. That she kind of varies it a bit, but like I think her vocals are very consistent with what's presented here. Yeah. All right. Are we ready for the next one?
Let's move on.
All right.
Hello. Welcome. We are ListenIn, podcast where we listen to some music together and with you all. Why are you laughing, Jesse?
I don't know. Why am I laughing? No.
What did I do?
it was just a very, very monotone.
Oh, sorry. I was simultaneously trying to resize the window with my song intro, and it was not working. And so I was trying to pretend like I wasn't doing that, but then you called me out. Hi, we're ListenIn. I'm Kay. We have Jesse and Alexis here. Jesse's giving me shit for my intro, so I'm redoing it. We're going to listen to some music. We just finished listening to Jesse's song of the week, so go back and check that out if you haven't already heard it. And this song, I have a cat on my phone, so I can't see the chat, so y'all have to tell me if somebody's in the chat saying something, because she looks very comfortable and I can't disturb her. The song I'm bringing today is by an artist named Corinne Savage, aka Corook. They're a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and producer, originally from Pittsburgh, but now based here in Nashville, Tennessee. You may know Corook from their 2022 adult lullaby, It's Okay, or more recently from their other viral hit, If I Were a Fish, aka The Fish Song. I was first introduced to Corook through It's Okay on TikTok, but I gave the rest of their catalog a listen one evening in the garden. I can't say I expected much because It's Okay was cute, but I'd been burned by TikTok clips before that just ended up being like that clip on repeat for 3 minutes. But after an hour of their debut EP, Achoo, on repeat, and spending a few minutes crying and laughing into my tomatoes, I knew I'd found a new favorite artist, and I've been waiting to bring some of their music to you all. So today's the day. Corook's sound is silly yet serious and complex yet catchy. They're one of the artists who is clearly incredibly skilled, but also likes to have fun with their music. On Achoo, I was taken by their clever lyricism, surprising quips, catchy melodies, quirky pop production, and also how they seem to take my own thoughts and feelings out of my brain and turn them into a song that was already out in the world before I thought them. Since Achoo, Corook has released several singles and recently an album. With every release, we get another angle into Corook's style and personality while still feeling authentically Corook. The song we're listening to today, Emergency Contact, is their most recent, released just this past Friday. I can't say much about the song because I'm doing a first listen with you all, but I have heard the teasers and I think we're going to be in for a treat. I'm excited to hear it. Let's listen to Emergency Contact by Corook.
I used to love like a lovesick puppy, loving on anyone who throw me a
I'm not disappointed. What about you all?
That was
I'm not
amazing.
disappointed.
It was so good. Like,
Yeah.
I had no expectations having not heard this person before, but like, wow, I'm so impressed. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember you sharing them before in Discord, and
I think the fish song.
yeah, the fish song, and this is a very fishy stream. They a lot of bass, a lot of fish. Speaking of bass, the bass in this song is going off. There's a lot of cool bass going on in the song, by the way. But yeah, I remember you sharing their music before, and I did not check it out. I completely forgot to check it out. So this is my introduction to them proper. And I want to say this is a good entry point to their music. There's so much style. I feel like whether it's intentional or not, I feel like they put a lot of effort to never let you be bored in the song. There's always like something like a little treat every step along the way for you to kind of like pick out and really enjoy. I get it from their voice, the way they kind of stylize some of the harmonies and things like that. It's so colorful. There's just all these treats, and I don't know if the other songs are anything like it, but I would imagine that maybe something that does carry over is kind of this way of treating the listener. I think it's probably a part of their, I guess, approach to just being a artistic and musical person.
I think you've really hit the nail on the head with the word colorful in general. Just to describe Corook as a human, they're always dressed in, like, they carry around a bright orange microphone in all of their TikTok videos. They're always dressed in bright, fun colors, but also in Corook's music. And one thorough line, I think, is that the word? Through line, one through line, maybe, in all of their music is not letting the listener get bored, for sure. I think there's always like this idea of sort of like play and having fun, even in some of those sadder, more serious songs. They'll throw in like a quip or something that you don't expect. It kind of catches you off guard, or just, you know, throw in a bridge that you didn't expect to hear. Certainly the bridge here surprised me. The rest of the song was probably teased somewhere on some platform in some way at some point. But that bridge was new to me entirely, so it was really fun to hear. I think that that's definitely part of it. And I love all the silly voices. That's not a thing that happens in every song, but it is definitely a thing that happens in Crookes' music. It's like the silly voices asking them questions about, is she cute and is she into you? It's really fun.
Also, just like the ooey ooey, Kojima Works, aka Zach, mentioned in the comics, definitely a fun song. But did anyone else think of the wee woo scene from SpongeBob, or just me? I didn't think of that, but like the silliness of it definitely struck me, but also simultaneously that it didn't like feel out of place at all. It was just like, this sounds good. Even though it's really silly, it sounds really good. I think part of that is like the super high production value that she has, where like I was kind of amazed like how separated all like the instruments and the vocals and everything were. And I think when a track is this busy, that's really necessary, especially when we have like so many rhythms going on at the same time, where like it's synced up, but like if you like listen to just the drums or just the vocals and like concentrate on the rhythms of it, like it's kind of a trip going back and forth between them and having them all like happen at the same time.
Yeah, but I think you get some sort of reprieve from that occasionally. There's that section that is just drums and Crookes' voice harmonized, where you get sort of a chance to recover from how busy the song is otherwise. They do at least co-produce, I think, all of the music they put out. And then a good bit of, or at least some songs are only produced by Corook as well. But they are also signed to, I don't remember what record label right now, so they do have some access probably to good mixers and masterers, I would hope, through that being signed. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh, ooey ooey. It's really clever because emergency contact.
Oh,
It's the siren
sirens.
sound for
Right.
an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Okay.
emergency. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but I will say, like, I think
So
I haven't
cute.
seen the music video, but all the teasers were, like, all the background vocals were puppets, like sock puppets.
Ah.
They were clearly just, like, people with sock puppet hands, like, sock puppeting around Corook. It's so
Oh,
funny. It's so
that's
cute. It's definitely, I would check
so
it. I would
good.
check out the music video for sure to check it out.
Sweet.
I-
Go ahead.
I also just love like the silly voices, but also like silly sounds. Like towards the latter half, there's this like detuned piano that they just kind of plunk on the higher keys and
Boopy boopy.
but like it's kind of jazzy. Like it sounded almost flute like. Like I first thought it was like a flute, and then it's like, oh no, the more they played and they got a little further down, it's a piano. An acoustic piano, not a keyboard. And it was it's fun stuff.
Almost sounds like a kid's toy, right?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before I touch on that piano, because I also wanted to talk about that piano, I do want to have a little gentle reminder that Corook goes by they them. Want to make sure that we respect that.
Yep.
But that piano, I'm gonna have to do some digging around, or perhaps I don't know, try to get a hold of Corook, because I swear I've heard that piano in other songs. That specific detuned sound piano, I think maybe it was like in a Sean Wasabi song. So it does sound like it's from like a sample library, and probably a pretty popular one. Because as soon as I heard it, I was like, this sounds identical to the other songs that I've heard it in. But that's not anything to take away from it. It's just a very interesting little, I guess, overlap in musical worlds, I guess. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I would pay a lot of money for a Sean Wasabi Corook collaboration.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Very fun.
Like both production and vocals. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, aside from the little silliness of sample libraries and things like that, I'm still trying to piece together this song in terms of the lyrics. I am not sure if is this meant to be a romantic song, or is it just a way of setting up the expectation that it's going to be a romantic song? But no, they're really just looking for someone who wants to be the emergency contact in a non-romantic way. So in a way, that's the joke.
Using emergency contact to mean like a long-term partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
That's how I interpreted it, and I think the verses are largely about meeting their current girlfriend.
Okay. That's very cute. I like it.
It's also I think it's kind of cute, and like it's like asking someone to be your like committed partner without actually asking.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a very cute, humorous little quality to that. Yeah, I felt like it was a bit of a struggle for me because I come from a background of like listening to a lot of Reliant K, and Reliant K does a lot of this kind of like cute side, like lateral way of talking about things in a funny, cute way. And sometimes you don't know whether or not it's meant to be taken in a tongue-in-cheek way, or if it's meant to be taken like, no, I really want you to be my emergency contact. So I feel like maybe Reliant K has kind of like distorted my mind on like how am I supposed to parse these things in a musical setting, I should say.
That darn Reliant K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Confusing people's romantic interests.
Yeah.
¿Por qué no los dos?
I think a little bit of both is fine.
Yeah.
It is important to have an emergency contact. Like, you can't ignore that.
Other than that, I guess the other two little things that I took note of is their voice. Their voice is so sweet. I love their voice. I could listen to it all day. I can't wait to dig into more of their music just to listen to their singing. I love their voice. And to touch on a little bit of the arranging and composition stuff, something that I think just stood out to me. I have a very upset dog. Give me a second.
Poor upset dog. I love their voice too, for the record. Well, Alexis is coming back.
Right,
okay.
I'm back. So yeah, to touch on a little bit about like the compositions and the production and stuff like that. One little small part that just made me smile, and I think is, I think hammering home that idea of like give like that intentional purpose of giving the listener like something like a treat for just taking time to listen to the song. I love like these little moments of ear candy that come up right before the chorus. It kind of just like these little bubbly like little noises that come up. They're not like melodic in a way like it's meant to latch onto you like a melody. They're just like these little digital tidbits that kind of colorize the song and just gives a little bit more texture to that very brief moment just before the chorus. And I love those kinds of touches in terms of production and composition. So yeah, I'm really
exactly
liking Crookes.
what you're referring to, and it made me think of two things. One is like I imagined a cut scene, like cutting to a new scene.
Yeah.
But the bubbles all coming up and popping as the transition.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like. Like they kind of come up and fill up and then kind of pop away. So you see the new scene and it, then you get the ooey ooey.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see if that actually pans out for the video as well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that it made me think of was the Anamori song we listened to in the last season. And Alexis, you saying you felt like you were being sucked through a tube.
Yes, I remember.
By that sound. That was sort of like a less aggressive tube suck sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tube
Agreed.
suck, not to be confused with tube socks, which is what the sock puppets are made of.
Right, exactly.
Also commenting on her voice, like their voice. They have so much expressive ability and so much, like we've said before, color to their voice, and it's just throughout the song there's so much variation in the way that they present the way they're sounding. Like they can sound really pretty during the verses, and then we go to the chorus where it sounds kind of like hyper nasal, super bright sounding, which emphasizes the silliness of the lyrics, but it still sounds good. Like everything they do sounds perfect for what the music is doing, and I really appreciate that.
I feel like that's a good spot to end it. Go listen to Corook. Their entire discography is great. I will warn you, I wish I had the quote up right now, but I think I'm not going to remember the quote. The lyrics sometimes are like really devastating when you don't expect it. So just so you're prepared, you get that like fun silliness and then they just like punch you in the gut. So prepare for gut punches, but definitely listen to Corook. They're amazing, everything that they do.
Awesome.
All right.
Next song.
Hello, and welcome back to LiSTENiN. Right now, we're going to take care of my song, but earlier we've done two songs already. We've done Jesse with Joy Crookes and Corook from K, and that was a first time listen for us, so that was really fun. Do check out those 2 songs. But today we're going to be talking about 2 artists that I'm bringing, No Rome and Salute. Today marks the second time I am bringing an artist from Porter Robinson's Secret Sky 2021 festival. There just seems to be something special about the collection of artists that I was introduced to there, as well as Porter's knack of creating a stacked lineup of incredibly diverse artists doing amazing things in music. This festival brought me James Ivy, and now joining him is not just one artist, but 2. Salute, an Austrian-born DJ currently based in Manchester, England, and No Rome, a Filipino artist that was born in Manila and is now based in London. Camera issues. We're back. When I entered Salute's set for Secret Sky, I was greeted with fast, soulful house beats filling the space of the festival's grassy plain auditorium. Tongue twisters. Salute's set went on with them vibing to their music, various hues of pink and blue washing over them, while a flat screen monitor behind them had grainy video clips and 80s Japanese automobile commercials playing. I still vividly remember both me and my friend I joined for the festival were gushing at the euphoric energy of Salute's music, a standout amongst the lineup for the both of us. Salute said that they were an artistic person throughout their life, but in their later teens, they got their start with music when they dove into Fruity Loop Studio after getting a pirated copy. Salute has expressed that their youth in Vienna has played a big part in their artistic and musical upbringing, citing their home life and video games at the time playing the biggest part. Their parents and older brother surrounded the house with playlists rotating American gospel, R&B, soul, and hip-hop music. And when it comes to dance and electronic music influences, Salute credits that mostly to video games like FIFA Street 2, Sonic Rush, and SSX, soundtracks filled with burgeoning and exciting electronic sounds, and the sports-related games containing tracks with jungle, grime, and UK garage. Salute says that they have no reservation in feeling that their music would be so different if they hadn't had these experiences growing up in Vienna, and when it comes to making music, Salute feels that their philosophy for both themselves and their listeners can be boiled down to simply just fucking have fun. I don't take myself too seriously, and I find that liberating. Accompanying Salute today is No Rome, another artist that had a set on the same day as Salute. His set for Secret Sky was an intimate DIY setup, No Rome singing through an up-close held mic while he controls the direction of the music on a looper and a sequencer pad. All the while, a projector fills the room with video clips and colors on the walls around him. No Rome took his catalog of music and steered it into a vibey EDM style, making his presence melt away into the music as he delivered low-key renditions of his pop verses and choruses. It is at this cross-section that I feel what makes me understand how natural a combination this was for Salute and No Rome to collaborate. We'll be giving a listen to the song Run Away With You, which has been in the workshop for a while, Salute even opening their Secret Sky set with it, and has now landed itself as the opening track to Salute's recent EP called Shield. I am so excited to bring Salute and No Rome's blissful energy to you, and can't wait to hear what you all have to say. Enjoy!
I fall out of love sometimes, and it's not what I had in mind. Some things don't stay the same, baby. You would run away with me too. What would you do, baby? I know it's crazy. I would run away with you. What would you do, baby? I know it's crazy. I would run away with you. You would run away when you call me up undone. Wanna be the one that tells you you're the one. My hands keep calling you. What I gotta do? Butter for two. Does it feel too? Trust in me, my love, don't forget it. Wear those shoes, I bought you in a minute. I would run away with you. You would run away with me too. What would you do, baby? I know it's crazy. I would run away with you. You would run away with me too. What would you do, baby? I know it's crazy. I would run away with you. You would run away with me too.
All right. Well, I did make a promise that I will be bringing bangers to the show, so hopefully I'm delivering on that.
I could get so much work done to that.
Yeah, the
Like,
energy.
I was just ready to be productive.
Yeah. I
You
can
could
see that.
Workout song too. It's like
Mm-hmm. It's just it's an adrenaline shot or something. It gets you going.
It's like caffeine injected directly into the
Yeah.
veins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Super cool though.
Yeah.
I really liked how I could hear a bunch of different EDM influences going on. Like, the beginning had this sort of like chopped up, high pitched vocal going on that reminded me a lot of like Skrillex's "Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites."
Yeah.
And then, but there's in the back, like the backing of it is like that kind of typical books and cats books like
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing. So very old school, but also very new, like doing some callbacks, but also like putting their own twist on it. Really fun, yeah.
I actually never even heard of it phrased like that, books and cat, but that makes sense.
Isn't it boots? Boots and cats.
I learned books and cats, but I have also heard
Interesting.
boots and cats. Yes.
Because boots and cats gives you the same tss noise both times. I don't know. What I found, was there a 4 on the floor the entire time or just in that outro?
I'm thinking.
I only heard it in the outro, and I don't know if it's because everything else was so busy. It's just that 4 on the floor was like way back in the mix, and then it was pulled forward.
So when you say 4 on the floor, are you talking about like an explicit kick drum?
Yes.
I think you're right. I don't recall there being a 4 on the floor throughout the song.
just at the end when they're like sort of letting you down, gently lowering you back to the ground after your caffeine high. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice that, but wow, that's actually a pretty interesting little, I guess, subversion, because you would imagine that a dance track like this would, want to give you that four on the floor glue, but to kind of like utilize it as a, what's the word I'm looking for? There's risers, and then there's another term for when it's not a riser. Instead of going up, it's going down.
A lowerer?
Not a lower.
A faller?
Not a faller.
A downer?
Not a downer. There's another. No.
A risser? That's riser backward.
No. I forgot the term for it, but basically to kind of like let things settle, that was a very interesting subversion there.
I think if there was earlier, it was pulled back in the mix, because if it had been that far forward, you wouldn't have been able to hear that incredibly cool bass line going on.
Mm-hmm.
It varied so much throughout the song.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm a bass head today, because that's what I heard in this song too. Just call me Billy. That's the name of the bass, right? The singing bass.
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know. I just don't know the name.
Okay.
Yeah, the bass was definitely. It made me think of, I guess, like water in a way, with just like how fluid it was. It wasn't just like this very constant bass line, like you were saying, how it kind of like shifts and changes form throughout the song. And a lot of that shifting was mostly because it's doing stuff that isn't like angular. It's like making like these kind of like bass sounds, but it's again like not trying to follow like these very quantized pitches. So it gave me like this almost fluid like feeling. The way the bass was just kind of like shape shifting throughout the song. It was really cool.
Was it underwater like a bass?
It was underwater like a bass. Oh my gosh, there's so much fish today. So much fish. Go ahead.
We need to throw in some Shan wasabi for our sashimi.
Yeah, for sure. This song, presenting this song actually allowed me to confirm suspicion that I had, that I was just too lazy to like really look up. Is I know that No Rome was on this song, but I didn't know if No Rome did all the vocals on the song, because I could tell just by listening that the timbre of the voice for the choruses and the pre-chorus was different than in the verses, and I was like, is this also No Rome but just manipulated? But looking up the lyrics, it looks like there is confirmation that the person singing the chorus and pre-choruses is Salute, which is really cool. I didn't know that. So Salute providing their own vocals for the song, which I think that it's a really cool contrast of color between No Rome and Salute. It works really, really well.
Is which one is the lower voice and which one is the higher voice?
I've not classified either or.
Okay.
But basically Salute is the one, what would you do? I want to run away with you. He's doing that voice, or they're doing that voice, and No Rome is doing the I'll do it if you want to try. I'll do it if you want to hide. He's doing the verses.
And it looks like it was written, performed by, and produced by both of them.
Sweet.
So it was a complete collaboration, not just No Rome featured vocals.
Yeah. Which
that's according to the Spotify credits.
Yeah, and I would put my faith in No Rome contributing to the compositional aspects, because No Rome is no slouch when it comes to production and writing music. Very talented person.
No Rome should rename themselves to No Slouch.
And No Slouch.
They neither roam nor slouch.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest here. I'm gonna just give No Rome more flowers. I would make No Rome my emergency contact. I feel like this is the kind of person that I would, would want to meet. Someone that, buys 2 rings and doesn't mind trying to get the right size beforehand. And only knows you for a few minutes and buys you shoes. This is emergency contact material to me, I think.
Are you reading back the lyrics right
Yeah.
now? Because I forgot to look at them.
Yeah, the lyrics is
makes so much more sense.
Yeah, no Rome says bought a ring for 2. Does it fit you too? As a question. Trust in my love. Don't forget it. Wear those shoes I bought you in a minute. I would emergency contact No Rome for sure.
I think that's the thing you would want to speak with No Room about first.
I don't know. I might be scared off by someone who's willing to like buy me a bunch of stuff when they just met me.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, but maybe they would pay for your hospital bills.
They might be a Visigoth because they don't like Rome very much. So they brought about the fall of the Roman Empire, just this one DJ by themselves. Yep. Sorry, too weird.
I feel like maybe that's not the interpretation I had with No Rome. I feel like No Rome is kind of like I guess the way I interpreted No Rome when I saw the name was like it's trying to convey this feeling of like not resting on your laurels. It's like Rome wasn't built in a day, meaning like you put effort into the things you do. So like there is no Rome when it comes to No Rome. Does that make sense?
That I like that
better. It's also
better.
just a factual statement.
Oh, is it?
About it. Well, there's no Rome. Fall of Rome.
Well, there's no Roman Empire, but there's still the city. So they might have gone to Italy and gone to every part of Italy except for Rome.
Could be. Yeah. Interesting.
You can ask when you call up to make the call about your emergency
I will, and
Make sure to get some clarification for us and report back, please.
Yes.
Tell them your ring size.
I will. We need to make sure that the rings will fit. I have hands that are
hands.
You have hands.
I have hands.
That's so weird. Me too.
That's the statement.
A question for you. As far as each of these artists coming together, you said it sounds like a blend of their sounds.
Or I guess a blend. What I was trying to convey was that they match very well, considering kind of the things that they gravitate towards too, in terms of the things that the sounds that they like, and also kind of just the way that they express themselves musically. I feel like there's an ethos, an overlap in ethos more so than I guess the songs that they make.
Sure. If I were to go listen to either or both No Rome or Salute, would I be surprised having only heard the song by what I hear? And if so, what's different?
For Salute, I would say you would probably be surprised. Yes. I would say you would be surprised in terms of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like just how all over the place in terms of like where Salute chooses to make music. Like they don't just make one particular brand of EDM. Like they really like try their hand at all these different styles, and it's really, really cool. I would say for No Rome, I think so too. I feel like this is a good introduction to No Rome's singing style, but in terms of No Rome's music, I feel like this doesn't really give you an indication of what kind of music they make, and the vibe and I guess subject matter in terms of lyrics is very particular, very, very particular to No Rome, and I feel like that would be the surprising thing. No Rome definitely has like a unique sound to them that feels it exists in No Rome's catalog that doesn't seep into this track. So yeah.
Something to look for.
Yeah, No Rome, I would say, like, if I was to like describe No Rome's music, it feels like if it feels like what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like pop music with a what's that genre I'm thinking of? I am blanking really hard right
Should we
now.
just start shouting out genres?
That will help.
House.
No.
EDM.
Jazz. R&B.
No.
Soul.
No.
Baroque.
Country.
No.
Classical.
No. It's
Mongolian metal.
Romantic era.
Disco.
No.
Chant.
No.
Gregorian chant.
No.
Balkan. What?
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. You're just fuzzy.
We're still here.
You're still alive.
Yeah. There we go.
That sounds real interesting.
Yeah.
I'm still hearing that percussion that was pretty much throughout that whole song. How long was that song? I don't remember.
4 minutes.
Okay, that's about what it
4
felt
minutes,
like.
12 seconds.
I'm still
Yeah.
hearing that like percussion going in my head right now. It's a little addictive, actually. And normally, having something like that, fairly treble heavy and so consistent, is not something that I enjoy listening to. But there are so many other things happening to sort of fill it out in the song that it's like just energizing instead of tiring.
Yeah.
It's a really, really cool song. I'm really curious to listen to each artist and kind of pick out and piece together where maybe some of that influence is coming in from either of them. It sounds like with Salute, you're pretty much identifying what Jesse said earlier about like hearing all of the different genres of EDM in it. Sounds like that's what Salute does. So that's just all of that blended into one song. Shoegaze doing pop. I'll find my prettiest shoes to stare at for a while.
Is that a reference between buying the shoes and that other
No.
genre that you mentioned? No.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's connecting the two. Yeah.
Not the Christmas song Shoes, though.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, stay that way. I'm sorry if anyone's a fan. I hate it so much. Anything else to say? Other than this was really cool?
This was
Yeah, I would say not only check out both of these artists out further, because obviously I would recommend that, but if you are particularly enjoying Salute's vibe, something that like a little comment that I remember making when I first listened to Salute was it's like, wow, I'm liking this music. I'm liking this artist. They're really cool. I feel like they could, do a Boiler Room set. Are either of you familiar with Boiler Room?
I've heard that word before.
Okay. Boiler Room is kind of like this like very like popular, well-known series of DJ sets that happen generally kind of like all over the world, but like usually like in Europe for the most part. Just like very, very well known. Like if you have a Boiler Room set, like it's kind of a big deal. It's not like super big deal, but it's a pretty big deal. And I was like, man, this person could really like do a Boiler Room set. I think they would be perfect for it. And then doing research for the show, I come across like Salute has done like 3 Boiler Room sets.
Oh
I was like, wow, that's really cool. And like for most people, it's like they only do like 2 Boiler Room sets. So that was really cool. But this is all to say that Salute is pretty much like a global DJ. Like he's around like everywhere. Like he's doing sets everywhere. So if you are enjoying Salute, not just check out their music, but keep an eye out. Like whenever like you're out and about, like I don't know, if you could be in Germany or something, and Salute could be doing a show or something. So check them out live. Feel the good feelings. Get that injection of caffeine in person, and enjoy the music.
All right. Go to the outro.
And we made it to the outro yet again. This has been a wonderful return. A lot of oil has been changed today. Hopefully the oil will be primed and ready to go next time, so we have the Mario Kart sounds as well.
Fish oil, which is really good for you because it's high in omega-3s.
Fish oil is really good. Is that Corook?
That's the fish song.
Cool.
It's very cute. It's very silly. It's very Juno soundtrack.
But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Thank both of you for spending this time with me, and thank everyone in the chat for coming out and hanging out with us. If you are new here and you enjoyed your time, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. It helps us grow. And if you are in the interest of experiencing cool memes like Homestoice, we have a Discord where we share cool memes like that and get together and talk about music and other stuff. So yeah, check out the Discord if you want to join our community. But other than that, this has been a lot of fun, and look forward to seeing you next time, whenever that is. Whenever the next time we get our oils changed.
What is it? 6 months or 5,000 miles?
Something like that.
I do not get
Let's
my
try to
oil
get together
changed
before
enough.
that.
All right. Take care, y'all. Bye.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Is the screen black for everybody?
No.
Nope, just you.
Just you.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I can't
They
see
were ending.
anything.
Bye.
Bye.